Morning, everyone. It is just far too cold for me to stand outside for an hour. But I thought I would stream Eaglet while it is still here. Mama today showed up. She's around on the rock somewhere. I am frankly surprised it is still here and has not yet migrated. But today could be our last day. I don't know. So I am grabbing footage while I can and scheduling my own things around Eaglet, I guess. And given the weather and the wind, the cold temperature. Hi Omar Lagbread. I am filming from inside through the window a mile away, trying to adapt to the weather and everything around me. But as I said, Eaglet could migrate today, tomorrow. It is close to migration, so I am trying to grab filming footage while it is here. And unfortunately today it has to be through the window, so we're getting a bit of a reflection, maybe blur due to the window texture. I am just surprised that it is still here. And it took me only almost 2 hours to locate it today. I heard it a lot, but I had to wait for it to fly and follow it, as it was blending in so well, no sun. It was in a cave somewhere, and it came out when Mama showed up. The wind has just been in and off. We've got a cold front coming. I've been outside, I'm frozen. It's been quite a big temperature drop. And thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. And it's been making a lot of noise. Mama Eagle showed up and left again, so I'm guessing she went to get some food for Eaglet. And we've got some haze, smoke haze on the rock face from the California and Canadian fires. It's been very hazy yesterday. The same today. The wind is bringing the smoke over here. Hi, Mia Browder. So we've got very cold weather, we've got wind. I'm filming through a window a mile away, and we've got the haze of the California and Canada fires, wildfires. The wind is, bringing the smoke over. A lot of squirrels out gathering nuts. It almost feels like winter. It's colder than an autumn day, that's for sure. You see, as I zoom in, we really get some window texture. So I'm going to wait to see if the wind decreases. And maybe, without wind, it won't feel so cold. Went from t-shirts and shorts, clothing to long sleeves. I guess maybe I could open the windows so if it does some vocals, we could hear it as it is so loud. I mean, usually I'm right behind the window outside, so the distance is the same. But at least while it's perched on still, we get a good view of it while we can. And it was very quiet early this morning at 5 till about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, where I heard it. I actually thought it had started its journey to another state, wherever it's going to end up. And if the wind subsides, I'll just grab a coat, a hat, and go to stand outside where we can actually get the nature sounds, birdies, and whatever's going on out there. I just thought I would come on quickly for the viewers who have followed Eaglet's growth. As unfortunately, like everyone else, I'll discover it's gone when I don't see it for 24 hours. And then we'll have to wait next spring and start all over again. Incubation, birth, watch them growing in the nest, wait for fledge day, first flight, watch them learning to fly once they're fledged, till they migrate. However, this winter I might be able to film the bald eagles as they always come back on property once golden eaglet leaves. And that's assuming that they have eaglets themselves. But they usually come here to hunt. As the river, the ponds, and large fields are here, often filled with goose, or geese, goose. And I hope we'll be blessed with Mama dropping off some food so we can film it. But she's also trying to teach it to fend for itself, so. Hey, Nowhere Man. I am filming from inside today, Nowhere Man, through the window, still 1 mile away. But the weather has really changed, and it's coat hat day, huge temperature drop, quite a bit of wind, but the cold, sitting there for an hour on a stool to catch its flight. I would need more than coffee, like a sleeping bag to keep me warm, a blanket. I don't mind cold, it's just the first few times when you get the 20-degree temp drop just like that overnight. I need to adapt. My cat is talking to the birds which are on the patio and the squirrels. And if it flies, I might lose it momentarily. I am honestly really surprised it is still here. most of the golden eaglets leave by the end of August. I am pleasantly surprised. One extra day of eaglet is always great news. So for new viewers, new subs, whatever, this is a golden eaglet. It was born on April 18th. We watched it growing in the nest. It was all tiny. All we could see was the top of its head, unless it came up a bit higher to be fed by its mama. And we watched it grow, and then we watched it fledge, which was on July 4th for this eaglet. It's all filmed on it's all filmed on a private property. Sorry, that's my phone. It's all filmed on a private property. And it fledged on July 4th, so we followed it. It was brave enough to fly out. It never went back to the nest, contrary to other eaglets in previous years who would go back and forth from the nest out of the nest. This one was happy to not be in the nest. It went inside caves, full of caves everywhere. And we watched it from hopping to flying down, up a bit more each day, to higher in the sky, learning to dive, hover, whatever was its mama eagle. We watch mama dropping off food, teaching it how to protect its food. She would drop off the food, but then take it back right out. And that's what I do every year from approximately February. It depends. January, February, the adults will be more prominent. They'll start to add to the nest. They'll start to mate. And in March, they start to incubate, take over the shifts, incubation shifts, where I'll film the nest shift change. And then in April, the eggs hatch. Out of 11 years, we had 2 years where the eggs didn't successfully hatch so far. And then we just watch the shift change on the nest, what's happening on the nest. Mama feeding the eaglets. This year they had 2 eaglets, one passed after 2 weeks, and that's because a snake got on the nest and ate the eaglet. It came back for the second eaglet, this one, and Mama spotted it and actually pulled it out of the nest and ate it. And that was on a live stream. And I often film from 1 mile away, as when they're in the nest, you can't see the nest when I am at the riverbank, too close to the rock face. The riverbank is at the bottom of that 800 feet tall rock face. So I film it from the patio, weather permitting. And when the wind, rain, whatever, snow starts, I film through the window, still 1 mile away. The rock face is part of that property. I don't own this property, I work here. And the property is all set up for wildlife, so they can be here, unprotected. If I zoom in, we get too much window texture. And I'm looking, because it's looking up, to see if I can see Mama. I'm not yet, so it could be watching us, the birds. It's been very noisy earlier, so I'm guessing it's waiting for food. And I just don't know if Mama will bring any to teach it, catch your own food, you're old enough. And on the 18th of September, it will be 5 months old. It was born on the 18th during a snowstorm. And on the top of the cold weather and wind, we have a lot of haze today. The wind is bringing the smoke from the California and Canada wildfires. So we've had a haze for the last few days. And if it preens, assuming it does some preening on that stream, you'll see that it's still got all its baby feathers, white feathers, and it's got that white band showing it's a juvenile eagle, eaglet, eagle. Not many birds out either today. I think everybody's been surprised with that cold front. I'm guessing it might be snowing in the higher elevations. Yes, it is healthy. It's well fed for sure. It's got the river at the bottom of the rock face, which is full of rainbow trout. A lot of goose has started to come back. And there are quite a few reservoirs, like 5 miles to 10 miles around, where they can go to fish. Hopefully it doesn't fly away. I've got to take this call. Hello? Nobody of this name here. Okay, well, there is no citizen. Another scam. Hopefully it won't fly away. I've got to do a call, work call. Actually, I could go on mute here, and then I can hopefully follow it if it moves. And you can hear my cat playing, I'm sorry. All the fun from filming inside. I'm going to do that quick work call and then I'll unmute again. I know no women, this is the part where I said I had to do a work phone call. I am at work, so I wasn't going to record to have that phone call on audio. I'm multitasking, as I always do. I work every day, or almost every day, minimum of 12 hours a day. So I fit things around, and I had to do a work phone call. Hey, but at least it's still today. that cold snap kind of damaged my flowers. Because of the glass texture, we can't really see the wind. But to me, yes, Nowhere Man, I'm glad you went to check him out. And it's good every week. I haven't yet seen a bad stream from him. He plays good independent music on his own. I like his streams, they're very positive, uplifting. Hi, Ina. And tonight is with Friday. Tonight you might want to check Indie out, Independent Many United. I think tonight it's music first. Yes, tonight it's music first and conversation later. But that's another really good stream with very positive vibes and chat. I like both streams equally. Yes. And 15th just put a new album a few months ago out. Which is really, really good. I bought it. Digital version is really not that expensive. It's the same price as a Starbucks coffee, really. And very good album. I actually found these streams through Independent Mini United. She played them, shared his link, went to check it out, and was hooked. But I am a big Pink Floyd fan, and his music reminds me of Pink Floyd. With its own individuality, of course. But I love wildlife, nature, and music. So that's where I usually hang out. And in the last 3 to 5 years, I kind of stopped listening at mainstream music, except it maybe for a few, like Pink Floyd, new album, is absolutely divine. Well, that's my thought. And his granddaughter's got a sublime voice. I bought the album, but I don't really buy any stream album. I'm too disappointed by all of them. So I just go on independent music YouTube streams. Poop. It might fly out. Let me get ready. I've got to zoom out for the reason that I can't follow it if I'm zoomed in. It's hard enough zoomed out. Okay, is it going to stay? Yes. Maybe. Perhaps. You can see the wind now. It took a new angle where we could see its feathers moving. Go this way. I'm not going to move anything yet. I think it's getting ready to move to another rock. Look at all these baby white feathers flying everywhere. It's been shedding all these feathers for the last week. Keep seeing them flying off. And there you go, another white feather going in the wind. Hi, Omar, welcome back. Going to try to, which way do I need to push? This way. See the glass texture. Let me zoom with the other zoom. Hopefully the picture is decent. I'm looking at my streaming device, not at my tablet. Going to zoom maybe out till I hear, because I'm seeing some window texture on my streaming device. And for, in case you haven't seen it, I did a community post on my tailless squirrel. 11 years ago when I saw her, she was huge. I didn't think anywhere I would see her again. because we are so full of predators and rapture birds. And to my surprise, she's been around for 11 years now. Well, I've been here 11 years and she's been here before me. And she's easy to spot because she doesn't have a tail. Anyway, I called her Fatso, not thinking, because she gets so huge when she's pregnant. But I've put a voting poll, I guess, a poll, to maybe rename her, and I chose the names that she actually answers to. Her favorite food is walnut, so I could call her Walnut. The other name is Mishka, which is a Russian word, and the German term for love, darling, dear, also bear, and it's a Slavic word for Michael, on something, yeah, power of God or something like that. So, or I can keep it as Fatso. But anyway, I posted a poll, and if you subbed and you watch, maybe you want to participate in the poll. I just thought Fatso wasn't very flattering, and I kept it going. But today I was watching her, and I was, well, really, she's a bundle of cuteness. Why am I calling her Fatso? And she answers to as a name too. So I thought the viewers could decide on what I should rename her or not. Is it going to take off? And no, I cannot call her after my favorite band or my favorite song or my favorite opera or favorite classical music composer. Because I don't think that me saying, hey, Pink Floyd, come here. No, it doesn't ring to it. Or my favorite opera, which is The Phantom of the Opera. It's too long. And no. Yeah, I just took a snack out too. Cheese. I think cheese will be my lunch. Actually going to check the temperature. It's gone so cold. Oh, it got so cold. Hmm, 61. Mid-80s yesterday, 61 today. No wonder why it feels so cold. 20-degree temperature drop. I hope my praying mantis will be okay in the flowers. One year I had to actually rescue a praying mantis because we had a very early snow which killed the flowers, the insects. And she was trying to keep warm under a heat vent on the patio. So I got her a terrarium, whatever it is called, some plants. And she was in there for 6 months. And then at springtime, I put her back out. But I couldn't just, you could see she was cold and was trying to keep warm. It was an interesting winter to watch her, catching the crickets and whatever through clear glass. And she was so friendly, she came out, let me clean a new domain, then would go back inside, give us some crickets, and then feed her again in the spring. And for new viewers, we're just watching a golden eagle, Eaglet, born on April 18th, fledged on July 7th, and it's ready to migrate any day now. So trying to catch live stream of it while we can before it leaves for its new journey. And it will be 5 months old on September 18th. Last night, On Down was out, hanging out on the fence by the patio. It was so dark, I couldn't get it on video. So I've got to figure a way, because I can't really turn on a light. Also, she doesn't mind the red lights in my main filming area. Hey, Big Matt. Your video on the park with alligator park was good. I watched it earlier today. That's a neat park. I didn't even know Texas had an alligator park. I lived in Texas 3 years, almost 3 years. Never knew it had an alligator park. But that was 25 years ago, so maybe it was not a park yet. It was in the making. I can't remember the measurements you had given on the turtle, but that's huge. And I'm surprised it manages to survive around, yeah, I used to go a lot from San Antonio to Houston. But coming back to this turtle, I'm surprised it can live there, surrounded by alligators. It was a very interesting stream. Video. I enjoyed it. And I like this barbecues, the smokers. Wow. Can go there, just smoke something, enjoy the park until it doesn't attract the alligators, I guess. Oh, okay, that explains it. That park looks huge. If I ever go back to Texas, I might have to go on a visit that park. Which would have to be winter. Because even in the winter, often it's too warm or humid for me in Texas. I'm not used to this kind of weather. The humidity kills me over there. Wow, it is a huge park. In Texas, I know for a fact, because it started in Colorado on the boat land in Texas, but a thought for you. I filmed from the one in Colorado, not far from me, and people were interested in it. You've got a park, well, a sanctuary called the Wild Animal Sanctuary. And the boat land in Texas, and they specialize in rescuing wild animals which were owned illegally or part of zoos, Hollywood movies, and they were neglected and abused, and they take them in their sanctuary, and they don't put them in cages. They have acres and acres and acres of land, and all the bears, tigers, lions, whatever they rescue, have acres and acres and acres of land to roam in, and then they dig down underground, put some huge concrete sewer pipes for the dens. So it's 65 degrees approximately year-round. They do the same in Colorado. And they ran out of land in Colorado to do it in. So they opened one in Texas a few years ago. You should check it out. It's really neat. It might be a long trip. For some reason, I'm thinking it's somewhere near San Antonio, maybe. But you've got wolves, tigers, lions, bears, and it all started from a backyard in Colorado, I believe in Boulder. And all the Tiger King's animals ended up in the sanctuary in Colorado. Unlike with the tigers, they will put them in cages first, well, in fenced areas, next to each other to acclimate every tigers to each other. And the theory is that if you release them all in big acres after they were in captivity, it's actually not healthy. So they increase the acres over time, and then they just get thousands of acres to roam into the die. Unlike in Colorado, you do not drive around the acreage. They build a huge catwalk ramp because they consider that all the wolves, tigers, lions, bears have the boundaries around them, but they don't feel disrupted, being watched from the top. So we walk on that very tall catwalk, which is well over a mile. And you can see all the animals from the top roaming around. And they take really good care of them. But that might be a neat first, day for you and your family and for your channel. I've done it. It was very popular. But my journey is only 1 hour because I'm 1 hour from, well, I'm a bit longer, but it's not like 3 or 5 hours, depending on where you are in Texas. Yeah, so it might be too far. You should go to the Renaissance Festival when it's on. It's not far from Houston area. On film from the Renaissance Festival or festival. I used to go every year. I thought it was cool. Oh, they're closing it down? Oh, that's so sad. It's a good festival. Well, but at the same time, I could see, you know, people can't afford it anymore. Vendors can't afford the spot to rent to sell their stuff, and tourists, attendees can't afford to be there all day. Yep, typical. That's a problem. We're losing so much land to subdivisions. It's the same in Colorado. How sad. But money will always, most of the time, money investors will always take over land, not to necessarily do the right thing for nature and wildlife and keep it natural. So many empty businesses, commercial buildings could just be turned into apartments instead of to take what's remaining green and turn it into concrete. Oh, so sorry, outdoors. How long have you been going to this Renaissance Festival? Maybe we cross paths without knowing it. I went there first time 25 years ago, last time 23 or 24 years ago. And yes, there were blacksmiths. So just after I stopped going, because I relocated in Colorado. I've still got the outfit I bought there that I would wear when I'd go there. I was just a gypsy. I bought a Renaissance gypsy outfit. It suited my personality and character quite well. I've never remained anywhere for more than a few years. And right now I've been in Colorado for 25 years, which is the longest. Well, 23 years, America, 25 years. Which is now officially the longest period of time I've remained somewhere. And 23 years in Colorado is absolutely the longest I have been anywhere. And 11 years, the last 11 years in the same place, absolutely the longest I have done at the same address. used to move a lot, travel, and not set roots anyway. Think this time is because of nature and wildlife, or I'd already been gone. I thought for a minute it was going to fly off. And I think that once this job is done, meaning when something happens to the owner, then I'm moving again. And I guess that will be to retire. Hey, sweet pea. Roger is here? I haven't seen him. And I've got all my messages on. Hey, Clovis Silva. So for the new viewers, in case, I am filming from inside through the window today because we've had a over 20 Fahrenheit temperature drop. It's 60 degrees. Yesterday was mid-80s, so actually it's over 20 degrees, and it feels cold, and it's windy. And I've been standing for 69 minutes, 30 seconds in case Eaglet takes off flying. So I would be frozen to the bone if I had been outside, as I have to adapt to the temperature change. That's what happens when you're not a young spring chicken any longer. And I am trying to catch every glimpse I can of Eaglet while it's still here, as it's expected to migrate, leave for another state anytime now. Could be later today, tomorrow, in 2 days, but it's leaving. Hey, Tim. Nice video of Mickey. You should do more of them. Mickey is so photogenic and so entertaining. And for the new viewers, I've placed a poll on my community post. It's not the last community post, it's the one prior to that. The last community post directs you to the community poll. But I'm going to rename Fatso. Fatso is not actually a flattering name. And today I woke up, well, I've been thinking about it on and off, but it's just not flattering. And she's a bundle of cuteness, so she deserves a good name. Also, it's funny because she was, I mean, the first time I met her, she was huge. I thought she was going to explode. She was so big. But that was 11 years ago. Ah, now it's a main phone. Awesome. So I've suggested some names that she actually answers to because it's a she. Oh, you're talking about Mickey, sorry. So I've suggested, Boop. It's redecorating the rock face in white. It looks like it might take off. So I'm going to rename Fatso to names that I know she answers to. And I've put the three options, keep it as is, and the two new names. If you could all vote, it would be awesome. I'm leaning towards Mishka, but that's me. Because it's not as common as walnut. And do you know how many fatso squirrels there actually are on YouTube? Or similar names? I guess we all do the same when we first spot them. Another feather just flew off. All its baby feathers are molting and flying off on the rock face. So yeah, I thought I could rename Fatso Walnut because that's a favorite nut, and she answers to that name, or Mishka, which is Russian for love, dear, bear. It has like three different meanings, love, dear, darling. Then the other one is for a bear. And the third one is a Slavic translation for Mikel, which is Michael. And I believe the power of God or the light of God, that's what it means in Slavic. I like Mishka, but I can call her anything when I'm not on video, so I thought I would let the viewers decide. I didn't see your comment, Tim. You retracted it. Well, you will have to go to take the vote on the community post. On my channel. I haven't checked if anyone voted yet. I did put it up like an hour or two ago while I was looking for Eaglet. Well, at least we are blessed. Eaglet has been still so far, so we can get a good view of it. I'm waiting for the wind to subside a bit, and maybe I can get the scope outside. And my kitty is going to rub on my tripod. There you go. And I'm going to take that phone from the hook because scammers have been busy today with phone calls. And I've got the window opened in case it starts its phone calls, but let me tell you, it's freezing. Thank you, Tim. I'm going to check out if I got any votes beside you to see. Mishka is winning, which is the one I was hoping for. Awesome. Sorry, Tim. I like Mishka. It has so many different meanings. And you've been watching me for a few years anyhow. Bear, the bear, the wolf, and the raven are all equally my favorite animals. And the fact that Mishka means bear too, as well as love, darling, dear. It's all positive. And who is like God? Oh, I missed it. I was looking at my community. Okay, it's coming back. Where did it go? It landed again. It's somewhere here. Unless it went further down. It landed, oh, it's back up. Okay, it's on the move. The wind is picking up, that's why. Let me zoom out. It's coming over. It's coming over. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right, I'm going to have to turn off the, oh, it landed again. I was going to say I've got to turn off the chat from my screen because it flies low in my stream and then I can't see it because of the chat. And it's going to take off again. Where is it? Okay, further. And it's fast. Oh, it did a UE. Just saw it. It went down, way down. Back up to the caves. It went by the big caves. I'm just looking up with my own eyes through the window, because if it's flying, why would I be looking in the caves? Right now it landed somewhere. No. And I'm not too worried because it's going to fly for a bit. So it's going to be landing and taking off, so I'll find it again. But it landed somewhere around here. Hopefully not in a cave. No, that's the cave itself. I'm still looking up to. All right, it was approximately here. That is its favorite area. And as you can see, it's full of cave and crevasses where it can crawl in a corner somewhere. Well, I'm doing my best, Tim. I'm filming through a window. Temperature dropped by 25 degrees overnight. It's 60 degrees, a very cold wind. So I'm through a window a mile away, and then we've got that nagging haze for the last few days, which are from the California and Canada wildfires. The wind is bringing all the smoke around here. So every time I zoom in, we get the window texture. And I hesitated to come on this morning, but Eaglet is going to migrate anytime soon. So I've got to try to film it when I can and just come up with solutions. Because I've been standing by the scope for 84 minutes. And if I was outside, I would be catching death. It's just too cold with the wind. 60 degrees with sun and 60 degrees with a north wind. Doesn't feel the same at all in here. All right, where is it? See, I took my tablet, and I shouldn't have done that, should I? I know better. The one time I took my eyes off the screen, okay, let me recenter that. No, that's, I think, a shadow. And you see, often I'll think it's a black rock, a shadow, and then it will move its head, and it's actually Eaglet. Because it blends in so well, but that's a rock, I'm pretty sure. And it could have gone behind the bluff. So let me zoom out. I can spot it better if I'm all the way zoomed out. And I'm looking with my eyes instead of the scope because it is rather big, so often I'll be able to spot it. It's a rock. And it's getting hungry, so it will fly again to let Mama know. Yo, you late. Oh. No. Hopefully it didn't go inside a cave. But That rock face goes on for miles, but those are his favorite. Corners, caves, crevasses. Like this week, it was behind a brush. We didn't see it till it showed us its white tail. Well, white bend tail. Go one level down. That is another of its favorite areas. Let me look back up in case of its flying. Gosh, I need a stool. All right. Since we're in the area, I'll show you the old nest. This is the old nest. It was not in use this year, but this is the old nest. And if you go back fairways on my community post, I took a close-up picture of it. It's huge. Sorry. Something I think is in there. Oh no, it's a rock. But this eaglet is very different from all other eaglets I have observed through the years. Very different, a mind of its own like no other. You know, when people say, well, eaglets do this, that, da, 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 this eaglet breaks the rules of eaglet norms. It fledged at 10 weeks old. And that could be a rock shade, shadow. Hey, Mark Gapepi. Hello from Colorado. How is the weather in Indonesia? Oh, sorry, Tim, just saw that. Drive safe. I will find it, it's just, if it could move, it would greatly help. And since I'm limited to how many live streams I can do per 24 hours, I'd like to find it sooner than later. And there are so many caves. And it took a flight because of the wind, and I believe it's Hungary. That's a cave, I think. Let me center it and leave it alone to see for sure. You as well, Marga Pepi. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. It's a cave. Oh. Cave. Well, I might have lost it, and if it went over the bluff, which it did a few days ago, look at who is up there. He was behind. All right. Need to go lower to zoom in. And be patient, please. It's all manual. I'm not high tech, and I keep it all as is. All right, let's zoom in with the other zoom. I need to go a bit lower. And compared to a regular phone app, this YouTube app doesn't go from the principle if you zoom. If you zoomed in, out uncentered, when you zoom in, you're still centered. Now, doesn't work with the YouTube app. And because of its location, it's getting a bit blurry. It will correct itself when it takes a new position. Which way? This one. And remember, I am 1 mile away filming with a phone. I'm going to zoom out because right now, due to its position, it refocuses the whole thing. It perched at the highest part of the bluff, which is where I took my pictures when I went up there. Pictures on my community post. I wanted for my viewers, what I tried to do is when I climbed, I stood on the rock and took a pictures of where, looking of where I am filming. So it gives you that eagle bird's view of the property where the animals hang out on the area, because they often leave the property boundaries and come back. And it's quite a few posts down. And you can see now it's perched up there. The wind is flickering its feathers, and this is why I'm not outside. It's a north wind. And we had a temperature drop of 25 degrees. So it's just too cold for me to stand out there. I know I'll be standing in a few months in snow filming something, but by then I'll have adapted to the new temperature. The first few huge drops, I have to adapt. A&T. I know the picture is not as clear, but I'm filming through a tinted window a mile away with a phone hooked to a scope. It's windy and a lot of haze brought by the north wind from California and Canada. And we have a temperature drop of 25 degrees Fahrenheit. So I need to adapt to this new temperature and standing for 103 minutes outside would kill me right now. But good practice if I was a prepper. I just need 1 or 2 temperature drop like that, and then I'll be reacclimated to Colorado winter. And then I can stand outside in snow, blizzards, whatever I film. It's just the first switch. It goes to my bone. I'm not a spring chicken any longer. And when it changed position, the focus, we lost that good focus we had. Hi, as a bacon. Hope I didn't destroy your name. And you see, when I go back to my tablet, that's when I lose it, because that's when it seems to fly. But we're going to try it. Go back. I'll try to find that live stream so I can share some links. You see, it might get ready to go. Oops. Oops. And I'm so slow at getting anything. Copy link and paste. All right. I don't see Mama yet. Oops. Subscription. It hasn't moved. I'm going to zoom out while it's in that spot because it looks blurry. You can see the wind is not lightening up, it's actually getting worse. I'm going to check the temperature to see if it has stabilized or if it's still dropping. I feel like if I'm in the Arctic right now. Oh, it's going to take off because of the wind. Well, let's have him zoomed in for a bit. Don't know if it's testing the wind or... I'm going to zoom out from the scope, so then hopefully I've got enough time to zoom out from the phone and follow it in its flight. As any eagle, it loves flying in the wind and follow the wind currents. It's calling for food. Oh, the sun is coming out. It might warm up where I can go outside. Well, take us outside. But then again, I might choke in that smoke. No, still 60 degrees. And one warning, air quality. Due to smoke is thick. Air quality warning due to thick smoke, which is from California and Canada, wildfires. And we've got our own fires, let's be real, in Colorado. But right now, the south, and that's the north wind, so I doubt it's bringing me Colorado smoke. It's amazing. If I could just turn off my work phone, but I have to have it on 24 hours per day. And I know everybody loves their phone and is hooked to their phone. However, I'm totally opposite. And I guess I'm short on patience for having worked 48 hours straight. And I can't guarantee the paperwork was done well with a lack of sleep. I'm pretty sure it's going to take off. I would zoom in, but you all saw what happens when I zoom in and it takes off. All right, we'll try it. I am not responsible for losing it. Oh, the wind is really picking up, which somehow is affecting a scope which is inside. I'm not sure why, how. Might have to cover my flower pot. That praying mantis might not make it. I've got a blue jay waiting on the squirrel to get a peanut out of the box to steal it from the squirrel. I might have to film that with my other phone. I'll be right back. Hopefully it doesn't fly off. The peanut box is empty. Can't leave those animals without the winter stacking. The sun's coming out, yay! The wind could stop. Ooh, I need to charge my phone, or we're going to lose the stream. Ooh. Hopefully that cable, no, that cable is not long enough. Dang it. It's going to move because I've got to charge my phone. Just bear with me. Hey, but I did say everything is kept as is on my stream. No editing, no faking, no nothing. It's as authentic as you will get it. If an animal attacks me, I'm not going to cut it off. If an animal loves on me, I'm not going to cut it off. What I film is what we get. Is it going to move? I am not very good at staying still. I just am not. So I'll tell you what, I'm sitting on my bike. I've got a bike for when it's minus 20, cold, snowy, 2 feet of snow, and I cannot go outside really for too long. So instead of to just stand there, pacing from one foot to the other, I'm just going to sit on my bike. I have very high energy and a very high metabolism. I can't sit still or stand still. For new viewers, we are watching a golden eaglet who will be 5 months old on September 18. It was born on April 18th. It fledged on July 4th. It is filmed on a private property. The rock face is part of the private property. I work on this property. Have for 11 years. And every spring we follow the golden eagles. So we'll start mating in January, February, depending. They will incubate the nest, eggs in March. Sometimes in April, the eaglets are born, and we watch them in the nest growing, being fed, learning to hop, flapping their wings, till their first flight, fledge day. Then after the fledge, we watch them learning to fly, hover, dive down, fly in the winds, ride their first storm, which we did like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We had a huge storm and Mama landed by Eaglet and would not go in a cave because she wanted Eaglet to learn to ride a full storm, I guess, for when it has no caves. Eaglet was very loud after it. And anyhow, we follow it till it flies away and starts its new journey to wherever it goes. And then we start everything again next year. And in between, the bald eagles will come back. And the hawks, well, the hawks are already on and off here. And yesterday I spotted 9 turkey vultures. So they're also coming back. But I'll film the bald eagles bringing the eaglets, freshly fledged eaglets, and they'll hunt goose on the property. I film squirrels. In the winter, I might get a spot of the mountain lion. It's usually out at night, but on very cold days, minus 20 and above or below, it will be out by the river. I get black bear. The cornfield is going to be harvested pretty soon, so I should be able to see black bear. A lot of animals are living in the cornfield: coyotes, deer, bear, mountain lion, you name it. They're all in there. I film raccoons, coyotes, snakes, skunks, owls, always my phone. I'm not a professional. I'm not a photograph a photo pro, or a filmmaker pro. I film everything with an old iPhone on the scope. I film a lot of deer, and I don't edit anything. I don't use filters. I don't use AI. I just post it as I film it. I like it. I like to keep it real and authentic. And the only reason I'm doing this channel is to share what I see. We all see different animals depending where we live. And when you live in the city, you don't see much of animals unless you are able to travel out of the city. Or, you know, depending on your circumstances. You might have limited mobility, temporarily hospitalized. So I film for the people who are actually looking for wildlife. And I don't make it look all washy, glory, sparkly, because wildlife is wildlife, nature is nature, and it's not always rosy, sparkly. And nature has its own beauty. I don't need to add to it. That's my own feeling. Doesn't mean I'm right. But I find nature to be beautiful as it is, doesn't need my human touch to make it look better. And given I am not very good with tech, I might actually make it look worse. Hi Adi, Norris. Forgot to reset my bike. Huh. All right, reset. I think I forgot to reset my bike. I know that I bike fast, but I can't have already made 10 miles. But then again, I might. If I don't move in a day, I feel restless. Energy has to move to flow. I think Eaglet is really waiting on Mama. It hasn't quite comprehended that it needs to look for its food on its own. Mama will stop coming eventually. For new viewers, I've put a community post with the poll out. If you could check it out and take a vote. I'm renaming my squirrel. And looking at it, someone might be using multiple channels to try to get their choice. In. Oh. Is it going to go? Better to get off the bike. And so if I did put the bike by the scope more, I could maneuver the scope while biking. I'm not very good already at the scope, but hey, Kif Chief, how are you today? Welcome back. And I posted a cute short today. Fatso Squirrel came to visit. I was going to give her a nut from my mouth, but she has been absent for like 2 months. Well, I've seen her, but not. Everything is on her own terms. She's pregnant, she's building a nest. So I opted to give her a walnut from my hands so she doesn't grab it from my mouth. She's a grabber when she's pregnant. So I posted that this morning, filmed it this morning, posted it this morning. And then I posted the poll about her name. Fatso is not very flattering. And she's such a sweet squirrel and such a survivor. I mean, that squirrel had talons marks on the back many times. I'm guessing hawks tried to get her. Not sure how she got out, but she did have the talons prints because it scratched her hair off. And you could really see it was a talon. Should have taken pictures, really. I'm filming from inside right now, Kif Chief, because it's very windy. And we had a 25 degree Fahrenheit temperature drop, so it's 61. Oh, Mama just flew by. Get ready. It's either going to fly out or Mama is going to come, land by it, drop some food. I'm not sure. She's still hovering at the top. So we're about to get some activity. She's doing a U-turn. She's very high up. I think she's trying to encourage Eaglet to fly away from that bluff. It has not yet really ventured. Oops. Oh, it's fast. Where did it go? Okay, it's up. It's going to come back down. Glad I got off the bike. We've got some bird. That's not it, I don't think. Oh yes, it is it. No, because it's far too high in the sky. Okay, it followed Mama, and it's coming down diving. Should catch it somewhere here. Oh, it went back up. It's easier for me to tag along once it's following the ridge line, which gives me an opportunity to zoom out because I wasn't zoomed out. All right, it's going this way. Maybe I can catch it in flight, I doubt it. Okay, trying to keep ahead of it to catch on it. But I've got to look at the sky and at the screen. Oh, we've got both. All right, That's about to get interesting. There we go. Mama is above, but I'm going to focus on, oh, it went in the back. It went in the back of the bluff. I can't see through the bluff, unless that's him. Which means Mama went in the back of the bluff. I'm not going to zoom back in, it's going to take off again. Mama is the one that went in the back of the bluff. So it's going to take off again. Going to zoom in quickly to see if it's Mama or Eaglet. And I hope it goes somewhere else because this is a bad position. But that's Eaglet looking at the white spot on the tail. All right, zoom back out. We are now like 2 miles away, just saying. It's a large property, and the bluff is very long too. I'm trying to keep my eye on the sky, on the screen, because if Mama comes back, we'll get activity again. Mama went to get a fish. And if you see it putting its head down on like a submissive position, Mama is around. And it looks to me like it's ready to take off again. And the wind is picking up, which means we will get activity. It never stopped, but it's gustier. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to get as much as I can from it because I could get up tomorrow and that eaglet is no more, meaning it flew away on its long journey. All right, I'll zoom in, but we might lose it if it flies off. But I don't want you to have to look at the black spot for too long. Oh, you see how it goes every time I zoom in. I guess I'll zoom back out. All right, zoom in. I'm not going to use the scope zoom, just the phone for now. And I really hope we get to see Mama maybe dropping some food. I know she's trying to teach it, but it's pretty neat how they collide together now. He collides on her to grab the food, and then he covers it up with its wings opened. And Mama will fly off, but sometimes Mama comes right back and steals it to force it to protect its food better, because she won't protect it. Once it's gone, she's staying here all winter. I think for a week she will go missing, and I'm half wondering if she's accompanying them half, a quarter of the way or something when they get ready to leave. I don't know. Thank you for the liking, shares, and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Hey, Roger. And this could be the last stream on Eaglet, meaning we will switch to deer, coyotes, corals, bear, whatever I see. And with the weather cooling down, I might go to the mountains and see the mountain goats. Rocky Mountain goats or the elk. And it is red season, so the elk are being nice and loud during mating season. So I might have to go to find some, just because. It's not like if I'll ever take you to a concert. Well, I used to go to concerts and I used to post the videos live. But these days I just keep right here. I might hike all day. I just avoid cities. I avoid cities and towns like the plague right now, and stores. And I have for like, I don't know, I would say anywhere from 5 to 8 years. I don't even have a TV. Well, I have a TV, so that's a lie. I have a TV, I just don't watch TV. I think it's getting ready to take off again. And it more than likely will, since I got back on my bike, because I cannot stand to just stand there doing nothing. Got to keep fit. You never know when you'll need it. And I've got to go to a town later, which is rare for me. But my followers will know that I posted pictures of my 2 mandolins. I always wanted a mandolin because I can't find a balaleka, which is a Russian instrument. No, I don't have any ties to Russia. I wanted a balaleka since I was 9 years old. Don't ask, I don't know why. I can't play music. Music is definitely not one of my gifts. Anyway, I found 2 mandolins, which is as close as I can get to balaleka, and I play it for the deer. I can't play. I just move my fingers on the strings. And the cattle and the deer seems to enjoy it, but I like touching instruments. I've got a lot of instruments. I just don't know how to play them. I just like the feel of it and the look of them. Don't ask. Most are wood, and I love wood. So anyway, yesterday, the person who sold me found me the mandolins. One of them is old, 1800s, early 1800s. Told me he found a balaleka, and it still has labels inside the instrument. Beautiful wood. And not flat in the back. It's rounded like my older mandolin. Anyhow, he found one from Russia. It needs new strings. He works in an antique store. And checked if I wanted it, which I said yes to. So after 40 years of looking, not hard, but looking in local stores, because I will not buy online. I'm one of those persons who needs to feel, touch, look at what I buy. And that goes for anything, from items to clothing to food. If I cannot touch it, see it, I cannot buy it. So anyway, I'm going to go to look at that balaleka. I thought I told him I would have it. 1982, from Russia. And I wanted one with 3 strings, not the 6. Because I can't play, obviously. I can't even sing. But my reasoning when I was younger was, if I find one with 3 strings, maybe I'll be tempted to learn to play it or use it. And that one has 3 strings, straight from Russia. So I'm going to go to look at it later and maybe get a photo if it's still in the store. The gentleman might have taken it to his house to restore it. And he's a very elderly person, but loves music instruments. He's got music instruments from every country and does such a good job restoring them. He's got a beautiful table harp, but don't know how to play it, and it takes too much room. I can't hang it on my wall like other items. So my next instrument is actually a mouth harp. I know I don't play music and I buy musical instrument. Well, some people buy cymbals and can't sew. Don't ask. And I don't actually buy the most common instruments either. Mandolins, cabelela, native drums, native flutes. And now I want a mouth, not want, I'm still looking for a mouth harp. Think that's what it is called. Oh, I'm good, Roger, how are you? I'm cold, but I'm good. That Balaleka, I'm going to play it to the deer and the squirrels. Deer loves music, believe it or not. I often forget to turn off my music in my car when I re-enter property. And I'll stop by the deer and then realize my music is blasting and they don't mind it. Oh, the wind is really kicking in. Really kicking in. Let me zoom in to show you. It's not showing nothing. Or maybe it is on the tall grass on the right side. It's going to fly back out. I hope it goes soon because I've got to go to get two things. Well, I've got to go to look at that instrument to see how it looks before restoration. The restoration is really only the code. I don't mind if the wood is worn off. It shows its age, which is good. I like old things. And I need something else which I can't remember what it is. Oh, a selenite box. Yeah. I think that Eaglet might have figured out if I don't go to catch my food, if I'm being lazy, if I act dumb when mom is around, she'll keep feeding me and extend my stay rent-free. I didn't know that. Did you know that most juvenile eaglets don't make it to adulthood? They get injured on their journey as they migrate. It's sad. So I hope Eaglet Zoo does make it. I mean, she had a tough start. She almost got eaten by a snake. And she survived it and made enough noise to attract mom's attention. We don't have warming up Roger right now. It's 61 degrees. It was 85 yesterday. And the north wind is making it feel cooler. And we've got a lot of haze, smoke haze, from the California and Canada wildfires. It's one of these days where you take your blessings one at a time. Nice sightseeing, Eaglet is here. Ignore the weather, ignore the smoke. Guess if you're a smoker, all you have to do is go to stand outside. Second-hand smoke, that wildfire smoke, you save money. I don't know. I've placed a poll on my community post, Roger. I'm renaming Fatso Squirrel. Fatso is not very flattering. I mean, it was a joke when I first met her 11 years ago because she was so huge. But she's such a bundle of cuteness and resilience. This morning, well, it started a few weeks ago, but this morning I decided I should rename her. And I've been testing a few different names on her, and I've narrowed it down to 2 names on Fatso. One is Mishka, which is Russian. I've got something about Russia for some reason. I don't have any ties to Russia in any way manners. But a balaleka is a Russian instrument, and Mishka is from Russian origin. It's an endearment term meaning love, darling, dear. It also means bear, which is one of my favorite animals, with the wolf and the raven. And it means Michael, and I think light of God in Slavic. So that's the first option. Second option is walnut, because she loves walnuts. Will do anything for a walnut. And the third option is keep as is, Fatso. But it doesn't suit her when she's not pregnant, for a start. And second, I don't even know why I called her Fatso. Besides, she was fully pregnant, but I don't think I'd like it if someone called me skinny, because I happen to be skinny. I'm not on a diet, I eat a lot, but I'm skinny because I've got a high metabolism. I can eat for 3 people, and my weight doesn't move. Last night I ate 2 quarts of ice cream. One was cappuccino, the other one was chocolate. And I'm pretty sure I'm still the same weight today, as always. Nice. Well, butterflies are migrating too. Yesterday I saw a hummingbird. I haven't seen them for just over a week because they were migrating, but one must have got lost or must have just fledged the nest, I don't know. I saw a hummingbird yesterday. I've still got the food out on the flowers, which I'm glad I do, because obviously we had one yesterday. So it got some energy for its long trip. They travel well over, is it 900 miles? No, 9,000 miles? I can't remember. But it travels so many miles for a little birdie. And the same for the butterflies. After this chill, I'm pretty sure all the migratory animals will not come back here or will not be seen. I'm just hoping my praying mantis in the flowers makes it, because the grasshoppers might disappear, and she was feeding on that. Could still go to Petco, I guess, and buy her some crickets. And sorry, you can hear one of my cats. It's a very vocal cat. And being through the window, we get that blur with the smoke haze as well. I'm going to try to center it a bit, to zoom in, but soon as I do that, it's going to take off. And it's actually making it far worse. To zoom in, we get that window texture. Oh, and it's ready to move. And don't over comment that it looks like spam, because YouTube is very, very, whatever the word is, diligent about it. And I've experienced it 3 weeks ago because of the symbols, da, da, da. So I am enforcing community guidelines. I'll wait till 1:11 to see if it moves. Because then I can go to town to look at my balalaka, which I'm very excited about. Also, I can't play music to save my life. If my life depended on me playing music, I would lose my life, put it that way. I communicate with wild animals far better than I can play music. And I've got to go to chase down for a specific box that I need, a selenite box for something I'm doing outside. That's Eaglet that you're watching, Roger, and it has a white band on its tail. And for golden eagles, that is how you know the juveniles, eaglets, when they reach maturity, that white band will disappear. You don't have to retract all your messages, Roger. Just remember what YouTube is like. And I've got to go to buy some squirrel peanuts. While they've got the huge bags, it's cheaper to buy the big bag than the COVID-sized bag. And yes, my kitty is still crying. Uh-oh, it's going on the other side. Well, that's not going to be good. Can't film much unless I find a camera that can film through rock. Wondering if Mama dropped something over there. No, we would have seen her in the background. Okay, I'll still wait for it till 1:11. It sounds like a good number. And weather permitting, I might come back on later on. But I've got to look, when was my last live stream? I don't understand all the rules correctly, which is a problem. But I think I'm allowed 3 live stream per 24 hours. It went right behind the rock. You can see the tip of its tail underneath that brush on the left side. It just went over. It's been waiting for Mama to bring food. And I don't know if Mama is going to come back with food or if Mama is thinking, you should have left the nest a long time ago, kiddo. You on your own. And I don't know if she comes every day to check the status of where Eaglet is. I just don't know. Oh. Is it getting ready to fly out? Hey, Han. I'll zoom back in. It's almost as if Eaglet heard me saying, if nothing happens by 1:11, I'll disconnect. Came back at 1:09. And if you could all go to vote on my squirrel name, that squirrel's been here for 11 years. She's a star of that channel for the regular viewers. But I'm renaming her because Fatso is actually demeaning. Oh, it turned around. $1.11, it moved, so... Hey, Snooks! Happy Friday! I've placed a poll on my community post. If you want to take it, I'm renaming Fatso Squirrel. I called her Fatso 11 years ago because she was so huge. She looked like if she was going to explode. She was pregnant and much younger, 11 years younger. And I didn't think anyways that she would last a year with all the raptures and the predators here. But 11 years, she's still here, cute as ever, old, still the queen. And really, Fatso is not that flattering for a squirrel packed with cuteness and personality. So I've put a poll of names, which I have already tested on her for a while, and she answers to all of them, to see which I should give her. I'm going to leave it to the viewers. My favorite one is winning right now, and that's because my favorite animals are wolves, always have, since I was a kid, wolf, bear, and raven, and one of them means bear, and darling love. But if you want, take the poll. Oh, cool. Yes, Mishka is my favorite. I had a cat named Mishka. I love that word, and it has so many meanings and resonates well with animals. 2 syllables. What's that? Oh, I've got a yellow bird. They didn't all go. Dang, I need to get my camera. My other phone. By the time I get to it, it will be gone. Hopefully, Eaglet doesn't move. As through the window, it doesn't look as good. Hope it comes back on the front. Mishka, if you look at the description above the vote, I actually wrote the whole description. It has 3 different meanings. It's a Russian word. And the first, Mishka is a Russian term of endearment meaning love, dear, or darling. Perfect for us. Yeah, meaning love, dear, or darling. It also means little bear, and bear is one of my favorite animals, from the Russian word, which I cannot pronounce, medved, symbolizing strength and playfulness, which is definitely her. She had so many talents mark on her back and always made it. And it's also a nickname for Mikhail, Russian for Michael, meaning who is like God, as a question in Hebrew, reflecting a resilient, loving spirit. So I chose Mishka because of what it means, which totally ties up to a personality, even in the three different meanings. And I love the word Mishka. I had a cat named Mishka, and she wore her name well. She was cute, she was loving, but oh boy, could she get feisty if she needed to. Welcome back, No Women. Yeah, me too, Snooks. I'm guessing we've got a very similar personality. Nice, generous, would go out of our way to help anyone in need. Push your luck, get warned twice. Third time is a strike and you out. Don't make me see red. As when I see red, I'm like Hurricane Mo. Don't give me a reason to see red. And it's not like if I hide my personality, I make everyone aware of what I am like. And I am definitely not an idiot and gullible, I'm street smart. And I guess my intuition can make me see, to a certain limit, a fake. Most of the time, right away, sometimes I doubt and I am, maybe I was wrong. And then they prove me that I was right. And those, once I kick them out, there is no way back in. They can dream on it. It's not going to happen. Doesn't matter if it's an acquaintance, a close friend, online. I don't like to be duped, used for another's ego. Yeah, this is me, Snooks. I am street smart. My schooling anyway was a degree in food and wine, not in math, chemistry, and whatever. I mean, I self-taught myself English by moving in the country itself. Oh. Where did it go? Okay, did it pass it? Whoa. Whoa, it's back this way, okay. I'm going to have to wait to catch up with it. Okay, it's going up and down. Where did it go? Okay, it's still flying up. Going to put it here because it's flying by those caves. Did it land or is it still flying? I think it landed. I have better luck finding it with my eyes than the scope. I think I'm too high. That's a rock waiting to fall. Just saying. That's a rock that looks like, look at that rock. It looks like a child with a kitty at its feet. On the left top. These rocks take all kind of shape. I know we're here for the eaglet, but the eaglet has moved. All right, no politics on this channel at all. And I've got my very specific reason, so you didn't know that, but I'm removing this comment. I don't care what part of the political arena they are. I am keeping all politics away from this channel. Doesn't mean I'm advocating or not for a certain party. I just don't want politics on a wildlife channel. And I know, endangered species, being endangered, but no politics. This is a channel we come to relax and escape from reality. And you knew, so you didn't know. And usually I pin it on my comments too. Too many people disagree on certain things. And it seems that debate does not exist anymore. I'm not saying everybody is like that, but it seems that people can't be civil and respectful of different opinions, and I don't need it on my channel. From past experience, this is a choice I have made. And given I am about wildlife, I'm not going to talk about anything else. Unless it's cooking, rocks, music, nothing controversial. No, I removed it. It's okay, you didn't know no women, but past experience got me in trouble from doing wildlife mixed with politics. So politics is out. Because my views ain't going to change the world anyway, so far as politics is concerned. I already posted it like 45 minutes ago, Snooks, but you're welcome to post it again. Yep, I was on the top of it. But please post it again. I don't mind at all, it's Indie. Indie on 15th, we'll get the link. Post it as many times as we want to post it. Everybody else's link has been posted, but Indie on 15th. I really enjoy the stream. And I believe they're on my, what do you call it? In that main page of mine. What is that called? They are in my featured channels too. That's what it is called. As I said earlier, I like both channels equally. So what I do on one channel, I have to do on the other channels. Yeah, you can post it Snook. Because so far as I know, I might have total different viewers right now than I did back then. Oh, where did it go? Believe it or not, that's a cave. To remember to do that more often. I'm actually biking while streaming and moving that scope. That sits in better with me than doing absolutely nothing beside moving the scope. No. It landed near its favorite area again, which is rather extensive and full of caves. And I don't know if it went in the back. It was going up and down and so fast. Yeah, it's 6 p.m. my time, so I'm always running behind. And I love it. It's on a Friday. I believe she's moving it. She has to move it to another day, which is a working day for me. So hopefully I still can catch it. I know I can listen at it most of the time, even if I'm not on chat. It's not the same when you're at work. That is a cave. Indy has a very good stream. She helps everybody. Well, oh, wait. Am I seeing the tip of a white tail? Could be a rock with some shadow. Going to wait just a minute or two to see if it moves. Eaglet moved and I lost it because I wasn't zoomed out enough, which I know better. I kept saying it was going to fly off. I should have got ready. And then it went straight up, straight down. And I couldn't catch up with it. I didn't see Mama. It doesn't mean she wasn't here, because Eaglet was perched where he could see both sides. So she could have been on the other side of this rock face. Oh, Fatso is here. Oh no, that's not Fatso. Yep, I was going to stop everything to go and say hi to Fatso. Well, pretty sure her name is Mishka. But I'll wait a few days. I hope more people take the poll. It would be fun that all the subs actually take the poll. I know when people, other channels put a poll out, I try to participate. Don't have to comment, but I'll take the poll. All right. It's gone on the other side or something. And I was pleasantly surprised to find out it's still here, because I honestly didn't hear it like I usually do. Usually I can hear it even if I don't see it. Never heard it this morning till later mid-morning, and I thought it had gone. And I was pleasantly surprised when I heard it. It was like, oh, Eaglet is still here. Then it took me an hour to find it, because it was in a cave. Only reason I found it is because it came out of the cave and started to fly. And right now it's mid-afternoon, early afternoon. It could be in a cave, taking a snooze till Mama decides to get it food. This is its favorite cave of all, of them. You can see it from the white streaks. This is all poop. I won't find it. Unless it's here. All right, well, I guess it's gone in a cave or over the ledge again, over the bluff. Oops. Huh. All right, well, thank you for watching, liking, subbing, commenting. Hi, Zachary Collins. I've lost the eaglets, so we don't have much to look at right now. And if I don't find it in the next few minutes, I'm going to disconnect and move on to the next thing. Yeah, I'll see you tonight at Indies. Thank you, Snooks. Sorry, I thought you were already gone. All right. It looks like I lost Eaglet because it's more than likely snoozing in its cave like it does on most afternoon. So it might be out later, and depending on wind, temperature, I'll film it from inside or outside. I'm trying to grab any opportunity while I can, because I doubt it will be here next week unless we are blessed with an extended presence. Oh, no, that's rock. All right, I'm sorry, I'm not going to find it now. So I'm going to disconnect and I'll see you all later. If you turn on your notification on all, this is the easiest way. I never know when I'm coming on. It's all tied to wildlife. They don't call me to give me a time or a date. And it also depends on weather. So it's no good for me to tell you I'll be back later at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, because we need Eaglet to be there, the weather to cooperate. All right, I'll leave on its favorite cave. Actually, no, I'll leave on the view. Just give me a second. I'll disconnect that on that. There you go. This is how far I am, and this is what we're filming. This is my wasp bird bath, insect bird bath, hollow, shallow, so they don't drown. This is where praying mantis lives, but it's so cold. And you see that big bluff, never-ending bluff? This is where Eaglet is, and he often hang out right where is that cave. That is its favorite cave. So now you can see where I'm filming from. And all these fields are part of the private property. And at the end of the fields where the trees are the river. And that rock face is part of the property. Kept wild for the animals, but part of the property. And no, it's not mine, I just work here. I live in the staff house. And manage the property for the owner. Been here for 11 years, this month. All right, so on this I will go, and I might be back later. Turn on your notification on all, and if you don't mind, go to take my poll, please. Vote for my little squirrel's name, and you can find a playlist to see what she is like. She's actually the star of this channel. All right, thank you. You all have a good afternoon, blessings, or good evening, or good night. All depends where you're watching from, really. Thank you, blessings.